soft footsteps through the supermarket aisle, choosing carrots for tonight's soup, living in a Ghibli scene.
Soft footsteps echoed softly against the polished supermarket floor, a quiet rhythm beneath the gentle hum of overhead lights. The evening crowd had not yet arrived, and the wide aisles felt almost like peaceful hallways in a familiar home. A faint melody drifted from hidden speakers somewhere above, blending with the distant clink of glass bottles being restocked and the whispery rustle of paper produce bags.
Mina liked coming at this hour, when the day was exhaling and everything moved just a little slower. She pushed a small wire basket cart instead of a large trolley, its wheels making a polite ticking sound as they turned. The air carried a mix of scents: fresh bread from the bakery corner, citrus from the fruit display, and the cool green smell of misted vegetables ahead. Her sweater sleeves were rolled slightly past her wrists, soft wool brushing her palms as she walked. Tonight was soup night. The thought warmed her more than the cardigan she wore. Soup meant a simmering pot, fogged kitchen windows, and the quiet comfort of sitting close together at the low wooden table. It meant her father pretending to guess the ingredients and always being dramatically wrong. It meant her younger brother hovering nearby, asking every few minutes if it was ready yet. She turned into the produce section, where a gentle mist drifted over rows of leafy greens. Droplets clung to spinach leaves like tiny glass beads.
Hello! These vegetables look wonderful today. Thank you, they do, don't they? Have a great day!
She reached out and brushed her fingers over a bundle of parsley, inhaling its bright, peppery scent before placing it into her basket. A soft thud-thud came from the far end of the aisle, where an employee was stacking cabbages, each one round and pale like moons. Mina gave a small nod of greeting as she passed. He smiled back, the kind of quiet smile shared between regulars who didn't need words. Then she saw them.
Carrot lay in a wooden crate, still dusted faintly with soil, their greens tied together with thin twine. They weren't the perfectly uniform kind wrapped in plastic. These were crooked, tapered, some short and stout, others long and slender. Real carrots, soup carrots.
She lifted.
I'm home. It feels so good to be back. Tadaima, I'm home.
Look, I helped in the kitchen. My apron's all wet. Want to see? Hey, I'm ready to help. Look, my hands are all damp. This apron is perfect.
Did one, cool and firm in her hand, and snapped off a tiny root hair with her fingernail. The scent rose immediately, earthy, sweet, and clean.
Look at all these carrots, aren't they great?
Wow, can we make carrot cake?
Of course!
She chose several, turning them over thoughtfully, imagining the way they would look.
Want to pick one out?
Yes, this one.
Good choice, sweetie.
Fresh from the market. Look at these beautiful carrots.
Wow, they're so orange.
Perfect for dinner tonight.
Yay, carrots.
Sliced into glowing coins, their color deepening in the broth. As she placed them into a paper bag, she remembered standing on a wooden stool years ago, watching her grandmother peel carrots in long, curling ribbons that fell like orange streamers into a bowl. Mina used to steal the peels and crunch them raw, earning a mock scolding and a secret wink. She added potatoes, onions, and a small knob of ginger to her basket, along with tofu and a bundle of noodles for tomorrow. Near the mushrooms, she paused, running her fingers lightly over the smooth caps. They felt like little umbrellas, cool and velvety. Into the basket they went. At checkout, the cashier greeted her by name. Mina liked that. It made the errand feel less like a task and more like a thread in the fabric of her days. "Soup again?" the cashier asked gently, scanning the carrots.
Mina softly. It's that kind of evening.
Outside, the sky was the color of steeped tea. clouds drifting lazily across the fading light. The air held the faint promise of rain. She adjusted the strap of her canvas bag on her shoulder and began the walk home, the vegetables knocking lightly together each step.
Neighborhood streets were calm. Laundry fluttered from balconies, and somewhere a radio played an old love song through an open window. A bicycle bell chimed as someone rode past, offering a quick wave. When she reached home, the front door slid open with a familiar wooden whisper. The scent of tatami and clean linen greeted her. From the kitchen came the sound of running water. "You're back," her brother called, appearing in the hallway with damp hands and an apron that was slightly too big for him. "Did you get the carrots?" She lifted the bag with a small flourish. The best ones. Their father peeked out from the living room, glasses low on his nose, a book resting open in his lap. "I predict pumpkin stew." "Wrong already," Mina said, slipping off her shoes. In the kitchen, they moved around each other with the ease of practiced choreography. Her brother rinsed the carrots, scrubbing away bits of soil while humming tunelessly. Mina
This soup
peeled
is almost
onions at the
ready.
counter,
It
the
smells so
papery
good.
skins
It's your
crackling
favorite.
It
softly
looks
as they fell
delicious.
away. The knife made a steady tock-tock-tock against the cutting board, a comforting kitchen heartbeat. Oil warmed in the pot with a gentle shimmer. When the onions hit the surface, they sizzled quietly, releasing a sweet, savory aroma that filled the room. Her brother leaned over the pot dramatically.
"It I'm glad you already like it,
smells like
sweetie."
dinner,"
It's perfect
he said.
for a rainy
It smells
day.
like onions, she corrected,
This is so
smiling.
comforting.
Carrots
It's
followed.
the best, Dad.
Then
On a rainy day
potatoes,
like this, nothing
mushrooms, and ginger. She stirred slowly, the wooden spoon scraping softly along the bottom. Steam rose in lazy spirals, fogging the window above the sink. Outside, the first raindrops began to fall, tapping lightly
This is
against the
fun.
glass.
It
Their
sure
father
is.
set the table while they cooked, placing bowls carefully, slightly mismatched but lovingly kept. He folded napkins with unnecessary precision, as if preparing for important guests
help at the
rather
sink?
than his own children.
Okay,
Should I make
good
tea?
boy.
He
Perfect
asked.
harmony.
Yes, please, Mina said.
Time to wash
The
up,
roasted
sweetie.
barley one.
As the soup simmered,
What a
her
lovely
brother
tea.
wiped down the counter, pushing
All right, let's get
crumbs
this
into
kitchen
his
sparkling.
palm
Okay,
and
washing
rinsing
this
the
one now.
cloth
Almost
with
done with the batter.
exaggerated
Teamwork makes the
seriousness.
dream work.
Mina washed the cutting board, the warm water soothing against her hands. The kitchen
Dinner
filled
was
with
lovely.
small domestic
It was.
sounds.
You outdid
The
yourself.
clink
I
of
helped set the
bowls,
table.
the hush
Yes,
of
you
the
did.
kettle beginning to
This
heat,
is fun.
the steady
Coming
blip of
through.
rain outside.
Watch
Later,
out.
while the soup
Teamwork.
finished, Mina
Let's
sat
wash
at
these
the low
together.
table
Good
and
idea.
began
My turn.
trimming loose threads
all
from a
tangled
scarf
up.
she had been knitting.
Okay, let's
The
start.
yarn was
I'll
soft,
get the water.
the color
Perfect.
of
We're in
early
sync.
morning
Like
clouds.
always.
Her brother
All clean
lay on
now.
his stomach
Wow,
nearby,
it looks great.
sketching a
the
comic
towels
in
are
a
straight.
notebook,
Perfect.
tongue peeking out in concentration.
Their father poured tea, steam curling up between them like a quiet presence joining the family. When Mina finally lifted the lid of the pot, a cloud of fragrant steam billowed up, carrying the sweetness of carrots and the warmth of ginger. She ladled the soup into bowls, each scoop a small golden sunset. They ate slowly. Outside, rain
It
tapped
smells
steadily.
so good.
It
A
does.
soft
Thank you.
percussion
You're
that
welcome.
wrapped
Let's
the
enjoy
house in a feeling of shelter.
It smells
Her brother
so
blew
good.
on
does,
each
doesn't it?
spoonful,
Here you go.
Thank you.
impatient
Thank you,
but
dear.
trying to be grown up about it. Their father closed his eyes after the first taste.
Ah, he said. Definitely pumpkin. Mina laughed, the sound light and easy, and reached for another piece of bread. After dinner, they washed dishes together, sleeves rolled up, hands bumping occasionally in the soapy water. Clean bowls stacked neatly to dry. The kitchen returned to order, counters wiped, towels hung. Later still, Mina stepped outside onto the small balcony. The rain had softened to a mist, and the air smelled
Mina,
fresh
come
and
back.
green.
Look at this.
She could
Okay,
see
what
warm
is it?
lights
It's a
glowing in
surprise.
neighboring
Come
windows,
inside. I'm coming.
silhouettes moving slowly
Look,
inside.
I drew our family.
Other
It's
dinners,
wonderful,
other quiet
sweetie.
evenings
the
unfolding.
colors.
She rested her arms on the
Mina,
railing,
look, my
listening
notebook.
to the distant
coming.
murmur
What
of
is
the
it?
town
My new story.
settling
Come
into
see.
night.
Her day
Mina,
had been simple.
look, my notebook.
A walk
Oh,
through
coming.
gentle
What is it?
aisles,
My new
the
story. Come
choosing of
see.
carrots, the
Wow,
stirring
these are
of a pot.
fantastic.
They really
Yet
are.
I
her
drew them
chest
for
felt
you.
full
We're
in
so
the
proud.
quietest,
So proud.
most satisfying way.
Inside, her brother called her to come see a drawing he'd finished. A heroic carrot with a cape.
She smiled and went back in, sliding the door closed behind her, carrying the soft night air and the peaceful hum of the world with her.